The next person we would like to hear from is Carol Gallagher. Carol Gallagher is a Cherokee, but she is also a bishop and regional dean for the Episcopal Diocese of Massachusetts in the United States. She was the first American Indian female bishop in the Episcopal Church and the first Indigenous female bishop in the worldwide Anglican Communion. Previous to her present role as regional dean, Carol served as the assistant bishop for Native Ministries in the Diocese of Montana, which is in the northwest of the United States, and bishop missioner for the Bishops' Native Collaborative. She has written several books, her most recent being Coming Full Circle.
Coming Full Circle es como viniendo todos al círculo, construyendo una teología.
Ela reverencia suas raízes ao honrar os ensinamentos dos anciãos e oferece seus presentes e habilidades para fazer justiça dentro e além.
Your words and your wisdom.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you all. I'm very honored and humbled to be here with all of you and grateful for Nuesa's powerful care for the children and Rosa and others. Yusika, I look forward to hearing your wisdom and the ones that follow. We are in a very tense time in the United States. We are not only struggling with the coronavirus, which we all are worldwide, but the issues of racism and climate change have really worn on many hearts. Our Indigenous people in this country we have the most deaths from the coronavirus in our Native communities. My family name is Walking Stick. My mother was Betty Walking Stick or Woody Oronisti. And although she is not any longer on this earth, I try to do everything in honor of her love for children, for elders, as our people have taught us. And one of the things we share in common is that commitment to teach, to share, to bring food and care and love to those in need wherever we find ourselves. I serve in a very urban area with lots of people who are privileged and a lot of people who are suffering terribly. The world we face, particularly yesterday with the verdict of guilty for George Floyd's murder, the police, has only brought to the front all the issues that our Indigenous people have faced since first contact. We have been, just like the rest of my brothers and sisters across this globe, thought as unimportant, and yet my people have taught us how important we are, how much we have to share with the rest of the world, what gifts we can teach not only our children and pass on to our children, but teach all people. I spend a great deal of my time educating church people and folks outside of the church about Indigenous people, particularly in Northeast United States. Most people believe there are only Native people in the Southwest. Yet our people, my people, the Cherokee, were removed from the Southeast, walked what we call the Trail of Tears, forced to another place. And yet, despite abuse and hardship, cruelty, we have survived. And we know that the Creator, God, is encouraging us to teach others to thrive, to care for the earth, to walk humbly, to share resources, to give our
Los
best
dones,
despite what we face,
a pesar de todas las dificultades que hemos padecido.
with those who suffer.
Que sofrem mais, que precisam de
I'm
nós.
reminded today of the passage from
Eu me lembrei hoje de uma passagem,
ancient words, let justice roll down like living waters. And what we all need, what we want to fight for together, is the justice for the people of the land, our Indigenous people, those who have been given the gift of understanding how related everyone and everybody is, and how we must use our time here to serve one another, to serve the children, to care for the elders. I'm a mother of 3, a grandmother of 3, and I know those are my greatest responsibilities, to care for those who come after me and for those who are watching us all right now. And so I thank you for your time, and thank you all for joining together and wondering how we together can raise up the issues of our Native people across North and South America. The need for water, the need for clean air, the need for the tools to continue our ways of life. And also for a voice in the most important places. So I thank you for having me here with you, and I look forward to listening and learning from the rest of you. Wado.
Thank you so much, Carol. Your voice is certainly very important. And I think it's important that we never forget our history and the history that the Indigenous peoples of North America and South America have suffered at the hands of people like my ancestors. So that is very important that we continue to be aware of what went before us, but also to learn from you and the strength that your people have shown over the centuries, and the strength that you still show in struggling for justice and to give voice and to care for the earth, and to teach us how to do so in a more intelligent and humane way. So thank you so much for your words of wisdom.